Canto 1. The Conscious and Subconscious Mind. The first aphorism. There is but one mind. It functions in various phases, namely instinctive, intellectual, and superconscious. These phases are manifested consciously as well as subconsciously. The mind is open to various actions found in the sympathetic nervous system. It is smoothly transformed into all kinds of intellectual and instinctive thoughts and feelings. I liken it to the sympathetic nervous system. That is to say, that the conscious mind acts in sympathy with the subconscious. All act as one unit, but for better understanding and appreciation, we have found it necessary to break it down into several parts. All these function together consciously, as well as subconsciously, instinctively, as well as intellectually. We do not prove anything in this guide. We only make it possible for you to prove it for yourself, consciously, from the results of what you comprehend subconsciously. These aphorisms are explained in simple language so they may be understood in their entirety by everyone, for there is but one mind, and in its functioning it works on itself, the same in everyone, only varying in its actions between the instinctive, the intellectual, and the superconscious or intuitive spheres. In the study of this aphorism, call it a simple one if you will, but take into consideration the meaning of each word involved. Instinctive, for instance, is a word that may be understood and others may take offense at. It means, in this case, that when the mind functions instinctively, it is controlled by the habit impressions made in the subconscious during its trip through the experiences of life. Instinctive also means that the driving force of awareness comes from the sexual nature. The nature is turned in that direction subconsciously, even though the conscious mind may not be cognizant of the fact. It also means that in the event of an emergency, the animal nature would take over completely, being jarred loose automatically from lack of what I term mind control, or you might call it self-control. Most of us find the intellect a saving grace when it comes from the transformation of the instinctive nature into something more substantial. Constantly we strive to broaden our intellect, increase our knowledge, govern the mind with organized thinking, and control our emotions by repressing the instinctive nature. This is called, in terms easy to understand, nature's way of increasing man's justification of what has passed before the windows of the mind that was not pleasing to the intellect. The justification being that enough knowledge had not been acquired by the intellect to sufficiently suppress the instinctive nature. Hence, man studies himself, promoted by the forces set up in his mind from previous happenings. He sells himself on the idea that he can do nothing of himself, that a power greater than himself governs all, and he calls the power by various names: God, Christ, Jehovah, etc. This God he bows to. It is somewhere, it is all-powerful, it is supreme. Some men say they are a part of this God and that the God Spirit is in them. Let them tell us what part of this God Spirit they are, and where is the Spirit God. In which part of them can it be found? Ask that question, and you will get yourself into a lengthy discussion. The superconscious mind we consider to be the so-called part of God, our inspiration. You have ever had a hunch and had it worked out? That is the superconscious mind working within you. It has dominated your conscious mind and has made it possible for you to look into the future and estimate its happenings. The superconscious mind is the essence of time, yet it understands time, and timelessness is its essence. It is the essence of space, yet it comprehends space and spacelessness. It is real, yet does not exist, real only when used, non-existent to the lower realms of the mind, only when in its natural state. You will learn how to tap the superconscious power consciously later on in this study. I am now only introducing it to you. You are beyond that state of mind, however. The real you, the self, is beyond the mind. The road leads through the conscious and subconscious control of the mind. Then the doors are found to be superconscious and opened consciously, leading you to the realization of your true self, the you beyond the stilled mind.